championship game to want to play that championship game, a lot of our parents at that time was like, nah, it's too cold. Y'all gonna get frostbitten. Little kids like us, we ain't know nothing about no frostbitten. We ain't cared nothing about no frostbitten. That ain't mean nothing to us. We ain't care. We wanted to go play that game because that's all we had, man, in the hood. So with that being said, that game, man, y'all know what I'm talking about. The boys that played with me, we played against Waukegan, man. We end up, having a back and forth game, one of the best games I've ever been involved in. But the fact of the matter was, we ended up winning it. It was one of the first times we won a big championship in the snow. And as kids, we grew up in Wisconsin. You always dream of being an NFL superstar. You always dream of playing in a snow bowl. You always dream of playing in a mud bowl. We got everything we wanted in one game. It snowed when we got there. They had to clean the lines so we can see the field. We were sliding around everywhere and taking. Now, all them boys from Waukegan was fast as hell, and all the niggas from Zion was fast, so it was a track meet. So you really couldn't stop and start. We was all fast, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, man, I'll never forget that game because me and all my friends, you know what I'm saying, we played that game. We played our ass off. We all balled, you know what I'm saying? And the best thing about it, I remember us, we won a championship. I'll never forget us sitting in the back of cars and vans, taking off our shoes. Like I said, in the game, it rained. It was slush mud, and it kept snowing back and forth. We was so frozen. But we played that game. And after that game, all of us, if you say you wasn't, you lying, nigga. And I'll call you out, you lying. We was down there crying because we was so cold. We was starting to, and I don't think none of us had got frostbitten, but we was so cold from the rain and the mud. But at that time, we ain't care. But we was all in the back of that Jeep, all in the back of that van, all in the back of them cars, crying, happy because we won. But fingers and toes were so cold, we thought we had frostbitten. But that one game, that one story, man, I ain't never going to forget it, man. And I can tell you the guys that played in the game that just pop off my mind. The guys I played with when I was younger, a lot of them, man, I pray to God, man, that y'all alive. I pray to God that y'all doing good, y'all and y'all's families. A lot of the guys when I was little, man, as I got older, I grew up with a lot of them. They grew up fast. Some of them had kids at a real young age, etc. But I'm going to run down the name of the guys I remember playing that game with. If I miss your name, man, please don't take it no disrespect. That ain't what it was. It's just the ones that just hit my mind after 30 years, man. It was in my heart. You feel me? One of the guys that I kind of looked up to, man, but I wasn't never going to tell him that, but the nigga named Wayne Patton. Wayne Patton was a beast. So anybody that grew up in Zion Bend, in Waukegan, in North Chicago, in Gurnee, in Libertyville, if you from Zion, you know Wayne Patton. If you say you don't know Wayne Patton, you lying. He was our first state champ in Zion, Illinois. Wayne Patton. Don't forget that name. That family, the Patton family, was one of the most amazing families I had ever been around. But Wayne Patton was the man with all of us that was around our age, a year or two older. He was the one, he was the ringleader, he was the dog, he was the one that pulled us. And I'm telling you, silliest dudes in the world. We cracked jokes, had fun, but yet if it came down to having to whoop somebody, them niggas would whoop somebody. So then, don't get it twisted. But the guy that led us, that was the one that I feel in my heart. If you feel different, hey, come on this page and let me know you feel different. Ain't nobody taking no shots at nobody, anybody taking it the wrong way. But for me, being a young buck, 2 and 3 years younger, the one that I saw leading us and doing everything was Wayne Patton. The one next to him that was just as close, he might have been the best overall athlete out of everybody. Again, no shots at Wayne, no shots at nobody who I'm going to talk about. It's Coco Patton. There was another Coco. Yeah, you're right. It's 2 Cocos in our hood. You know what I mean? Whatever one was better, that's for discussion. But Coco Patton was the truth. That nigga was the truth. That nigga wasn't nothing he wasn't cold at. You know? And that's the little brother of Wayne. So 2 of the best athletes that I had ever seen in my life came from one family. You dig what I'm saying? One family. Wayne Patton, man, I pray to God you're still alive. Coco, I pray to God you're still alive. If you're all alive, man, shout me out, man. Come on my page, like it, shout me out. But Wayne Patton, Coco Patton, I grew up, I played with them a lot throughout my careers, whether it's football and basketball and track. But when we was little kids in Zion, Illinois, Wayne Patton, Coco Patton. Now he had a badass older brother named Vincent. He had an older sister named Wanda. You know, his parents was amazing. His mom was the biggest sweetheart in the world, man. R.I.P. your mama. Man, your mama was amazing. She used to make the best pancakes in the world. Boy, I should love to go over y'all crib in the morning and get some of the pancakes. We ain't had that. Your mama got up every morning. You know, his mom was real religious. I don't want to tell their business, but she was extremely religious, man. And they touched the whole neighborhood, man. They was good with everybody. We always slept at their cribs. They bring anybody in their house to live with them, stay with them, and they had a big family. You know, they had their mom and dad. They had, you know, the oldest was Wanda. I got it. You know, Vincent was next. You had Wayne and Coco, and I ain't forget about you, Chucky, little nigga. That was the youngest baby of the crew. I ain't forgot about you, dog. You was cold too. He was the basketball stud. You know what I mean? But with that being said, man, that family probably the most athletic, overall best family, and I ain't taking nothing away from my family. My family was the truthers too. It was 5 of us as well, right? The Blaylock family, we was the real deal. But that Patton family, everybody knew who that Patton family was. If you say you didn't, you lying, period. Don't be that person, you lying. But like I said, Wayne was the ringleader to me when we was little, because he was a couple years older than me. Played with him. Coco was the truth. You know, Chucky was cold coming up when he played basketball. Other homie, I'm telling you, one of the other homies that I kind of looked up to, but again, I would never told that nigga this. Terrellus Griffin. Terrellus was, you know, nonsense, and Terrellus was a dog. Terrellus, you know, family, daddy was a dog and made him a dog, but Terrellus didn't take nothing from nobody. Terrellus wanted to fight everybody, beat up everybody, but Terrellus was cold. Terrellus played with us. Shout out to Terrellus Griffin, man. Pray to God you're still alive. You know, grew up with that nigga as well. Can't forget about Super Coop. Super Coop. Coop was the truth. All them niggas, man, I'm telling you, all y'all niggas, in my heart and my mind, I thought all y'all was better than me. I thought y'all was the truth, and I kept trying to get my game up with y'all because I was a baby of the bunch, you dig? So y'all niggas inspired me. Shout out to another family that was extremely athletic, and this family was closer to me than any family because I really stayed with them. I really ran the streets with them. You know, shout out to Eddie McKinney, man. You know, I know we had our differences and things like that. You know, life is life. But growing up, man, that was the family that I was closest to. He was like my, you know, twin brother. He was older, obviously. But that family, that McKinney family was a monster too, you know. Shout out to his mom, R.I.P. to the moms. You know what I'm saying? But Mike, you know, Big Mike was the oldest. Mike was my dog, you know what I mean? We used to each up in basketball, but Mike was cool in the fan, man. Misunderstood all the time. You know, he wasn't the best athlete, but Mike was cool in the fan with me. Dog dude. You know, then you had Eddie, who was, you know, one of the best athletes there too. Him and Coco, man, they, you know, Eddie did some things that nobody never did. That'll be part of down the road in my segment, but I don't want to talk too much about other people and them feel a certain way. So it's about me, you know what I mean? But if y'all want to come on and tell y'all, I want y'all to do that, man, because a lot of y'all, like I said, we had so many unbelievable athletes that the world never seen or heard of just when we was little. Shout out to Eddie McKinney, man, you know what I'm saying? And then we had my nigga Donnell. Donnell was cold, and then I'm telling you, he would have been the best though, man, but he just, he was a little different. Lil James, oh Lord have mercy, James was a monster, man. There's always that baby one who's always be the best one, man. So with that being said, man, you know, I wanted to give some shots out. I want to talk a little bit about some of the other guys that inspired me, man, that I looked up to growing up when I grew up in Zion, man. One of the best athletes I've ever seen ever come out of there too as well. One of the most fittest, biggest, strongest monsters. Booby, man. If you don't know Booby, you lying. Booby. Marseille Dixon. Not sure. Heard that the man passed, and I prayed that maybe I just heard it. But RIP if he did. Man, I love that dude, man. Booby. We called him Booby in the hood, but his name was Marseille Dixon. He was one of the biggest, strongest, baddest football players anybody ever saw. Came out of Zion. Another shout out, man. Another dude who I thought was the baddest running back until my brother Mike came on was Kenny Martin. Man, Kenny Martin was a monster. Kenny Martin was a funny dude, and y'all know Kenny. Y'all gonna laugh when I say this. And I was a little bitty when I saw Kenny. Kenny was like the Mac. You know, he was like a pep. Like, you know, all the girls loved him some Kenny. You know what I'm saying? The long curls. The Michael Jackson curls, you know what I'm saying, cool, fly as hell, and was cold in football. He was the first running back that I saw doing it like that. Kenny and Booby. Booby, Marseille Dixon, and Kenny Martin was the coldest niggas to me as I was a real little one coming up. And after them was my brother Mike, etc., and the rest is history. But man, Kenny Martin, shout out to you, my man. I hope you're alive still. Your family was a monster too. You had an older brother named Kevin. You know, Catrice, your sister, Katrina. That was another family, Zion, hood rich family that was around the way where we from. We had some monster families growing up in Zion, man. And shout out to all y'all, man. Y'all paid the way and made me who I was in my career, man. I know we used to have this one football game, rival game, in Zion all the time. We played it all the time, man. And I don't know if y'all remember. I know y'all do. There was this one nigga named Paul. Paul. Everybody probably thought Paul was gay and he was feminine and soft, but couldn't nobody hold him. Couldn't nobody in Zion hold Paul. And if y'all say you could hold your line, Paul used to make all this noise. He was faster than everybody. He never played football. Jumped out the gym, weighed about 120 pounds, soaking wet. Paul was the truth. And he was running all y'all circles. So he ain't never played no tackle football and real football. But Paul played in the streets, in the hood football where we came out to play. So like I said, man, there's more folks, man, that I want to shout out, man. But I wanted to just hit those ones that just hit my mind like right off the bat. But there's a lot of y'all, man, that really paved the way, man. You know, there's a lot of folks that really did it for me, man. You know, Damon Lear, Coke Lear, man. I can just run down the line. There's so many people, and I ain't gonna miss y'all. Y'all gonna come up in the segment when the time is right. But for the Little League, man, when I was a little one growing up, I got to get them shots out, man, to them, like I said, them Waukegan Bulldogs, man, because they pushed us. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, there's going to be more people that I talk about as I go through this path of Coco Blaylock's total football career, man. I would really love for some of y'all to come on and, you know, send me some comments, talk about